Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about list comprehension in Python. Now let's start our video. List comprehensions offer a concise way to create a list in Python. That means it allows to generate new lists based on the values of our existing list. We need list comprehension because it reduces the number of lines of the code and make code easier to understand. And it is often faster than for loop. Now let's see with example. Hash without list comprehension. Now I'm going to create a list name sports. So sports equals to, I will give some of the names of sports like soccer, and another I can say baseball and basketball, and then badminton and let's say tennis. Close the square bracket. So I have created a list named sports. Now I want to create a new list that stores the sports name that start with the letter B. So for that, if I have to use like a for loop, then I have to follow these steps. So I'm going to create new list here. Now let's use the for loop. So for I in sports and colon, and now I have to check the condition of a sports name that starts with the letter B. Hence I am going to use if statement. So if let's say B in I, and then I will append new list, and then I will append and then I, and so it goes on adding the names, and then I will print the using like for loop, and then I will print new list. Now let's run and see. Oh, I have printed for each loop. That's why I will do here like this and run again. So here we get the new list where the sports name that start with the B are stored. This is how we use for loop for creating a new list from existing list. We wrote these lines of codes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now if we use list comprehension, then code will be more shorter. So the syntax for list comprehension is, we have a new list and then expression, for loop, an item in iterable, and if the condition is true. Now let's go and practice using this syntax in the Python code. Let's see using the list comprehension. So hash with list comprehension. I'm going to use the same list name sports. So if we use list comprehension, then we'll use the syntax like here I'm creating a new list to store the sports that starts with the letter B. So I will use the syntax for list comprehension. So I for I in sports, and then I'll check the condition if B in I. So this line of code does selects the sports that starts with the B and is stored in the new list. Now let's print this. Print using list comprehension, and then I will I will print this new list. And now let's run and see. We have get the same result as earlier, but in this case we have very shorter number of the codes. We have only 1, 2 and 3. Now let's practice another example also. Let's say without list comprehension. So suppose I'm going to create a list name numbers, and I'm going to store like 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. In this list I'm going to add 3 to each item and store in a new list. So for that I have to create a new list called new numbers, and then I will give empty this one, and using for loop I will use for loop x in, and I have to do in numbers, then new, and then underscore numbers dot I will do append, and then I have to do x plus 3, so x plus 3, so that it adds plus 3 to each items in the numbers. And then I will print this using for loop, and then I will print new underscore numbers. Yeah, let's run and see. Look, it adds plus 3 to each items of the numbers, and in this case the original list is not changed. So if we print like here, print I will say numbers, then it look at the original items of the list name number is not changed. Therefore this is the case without using the list comprehension. But for the similar case, if I use the list comprehension, I can shorten the code and improve the efficiency and the performance of the code. So for that, with list comprehension, I will use the same list name, and then I will write the proper syntax for list comprehension. So new number I'm going to store in the same new number, and then I will x plus 3 for x, and in what I want to add, that is in numbers I want to add plus 3. So I'm going to add plus 3 to x for x in numbers. Then I will close the square bracket, and then I will print the new numbers using list comprehension. This is not required, I'm just writing here to be clear. New underscore numbers. Now let's run and see. We get the same result, but in this case we have less lines of the code. Okay, this was for list comprehension. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next episode with new Python tutorial. Thank you.